Welcome to the tunnels that represent entrance into wild and wonderful West Virginia. These mountains have given us so much. Early settlers who gave more to the land than they ever took. They gave their children to work, dream, and imagine better days ahead. They gave their sons and their daughters to fight German aggression and Japanese imperialism. These mountains have given us beauty both in winter and in summer. So no matter if you're standing on a V-step and you're looking for miles and miles and miles, or you're in a hollow, in a small little cabin, these mountains have given us a peaceful and serene setting. This is West Virginia. This is Matoaka, West Virginia, named after the all-familiar Pocahontas. This town is as much part of my story as it is those who continue to live there. It is here that my grandparents' story begins. My grandmother, from a nearby mountain, was able to produce food from the richness of the soil when she grew up. My grandfather, however, grew up in this town during the Depression, with no farm to produce food and a widowed mother. It is here that my grandfather spent many hungry days. This town, once an epicenter of the coal industry and the richness it produced, has been reduced to a meager existence, one in which drug addiction and poverty now defines it. Local scam artists, greedy landowners, and a local government system has promoted the poverty that people live in. This town and the people in it are in need of rescue, the type only Christ can provide through the work of His Spirit, working in His people. This is Matoaka, West Virginia. The restoration assignment given to one church, the only local thriving church in town. The Bridge Baptist Church, with its pastor, Pastor Tom Carpenter.
Okay, the little girl's name is Santana, and I had a team from Louisa, Virginia here, Joe and Tammy Starkey. They had that team up. And they have formed their ministry. It's called Restoration Ministries. But they came up and they had gifts for Santana because I'd been telling her about Santana and where she lived and all, and they wanted me to take her up there. So I took them up to Santana's house, and I told them if they're brave enough to go, I'll take them. And when we got up there, I mean, I'm talking holes in the road were that deep. And it was unreal. The home, you wouldn't spend 5 minutes in. I mean, you just would not. And they got up there and they fell in love with Santana. And like I say, I had to make the team get back in the truck and bring them back out of there because they were taking everything they could and giving to this family that just, I mean, these people have nothing. And anyway, then I looked up this past Sunday. And here came Santana and her grandfather, and they walked. And that's probably a mile or two, I guess. But they walked to church Sunday morning and fought the weather. It was a little cool, but they came, and the little girl sat on the front pew. And I mean, they're just, great people. So there's a lot of people like that around here.
Yeah. His mission to transform Matoaka through the love of Jesus Christ. The Bridge Baptist Church operates a feeding ministry, supported 100% by donation. It also operates a clothing store in downtown Matoaka, also supported by other churches donating slightly used clothes. The church has experienced many miracles, including a new church roof, missionary housing above the clothing store, feeding those who cannot feed themselves, and many others. When asked, how can we help? Pastor Tom said, anything you can do helps.